Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. So as y'all can see by the title, here's another story time. Cause why? Y'all already know I love y'all. So before we go ahead and get started, y'all make sure y'all go ahead, if you're not already doing so, subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up and comment down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So today we're gonna be telling a story, as y'all can see by the title, the time me and my best friend got flued out by some broke boys, y'all. Anyway, so I'm gonna give everybody a name as we go. So we're gonna start off with my best friend. Well, she ain't my best friend no more, but at that time we're gonna start off with her name. So we're gonna call her Toxic. And the reason why we're gonna call her Toxic is because y'all figure it out when I do more stories on her. Just a little heads up, she ended up fucking my mans. So yeah. But anyway, not in this story though. But anyway. So yeah. So Toxic was my homegirl, whatever. So she ended up hitting me up like, bitch, what's up? Like this boy wanna fly me out. She actually came to my house. So she came over and she was just like, girl, this boy I've been talking to, she had told me that she was talking to the boy. Like she told me she had ended up meeting him probably like a month prior, somewhere at the gas station or some shit, I don't know. So she was like, he hit me up and he wanted to fly me out. Like he lived in Texas though, he lived in Houston. So he told, when he met her out here, I guess he was out visiting or whatever the case may be. So he told her like, you want to fly her out? So I'm like, okay, you gonna go? Like, you gonna go? And she was just like, well, I didn't want to go by myself, so I asked him if it would be cool if you come. So already off top, I'm just thinking like, bitch, how you gonna invite me without asking me if I wanted to go? But anyway, so she was like, so I wanted to know if you wanted to go. He said he gonna pay for everything, our flights, everything, like, so we'd be good. So I'm like, I guess. I'm like, you really know him? Like, he cool? Even though I know she didn't know him because she just met him a month prior. But she said they hung out, and I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm believing, like, if she have good judgment for this person, then I guess so. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So she's showing me his page, like, you know, we doing investigating work, going to his homie's page. So she like, look, his friends is cute too. I'm like, okay. Even though it didn't even really matter because it's not, I was gonna go to have fun because she was telling about all this shit. He said he had planned for us, like we was gonna go to clubs, we was gonna do this because he be in the clubs, he be having tables, like all on his Instagram, like his all this shit he be doing. So it's just gonna be a fun trip anyway. So I could care less if he had a homie for me or not, like to be cool with. It really didn't even matter. That didn't matter. So anyway. This was a Monday when she was telling me all this shit. So she like, yeah, I'm gonna send you the confirmation when he sent it to me because I'm gonna send him everything so he could book our flight. So I didn't have to give her nothing because this is my best friend. So she know my birthday and my name to book my flight. So whatever. So this was a Monday. She was like, I'm gonna give it to you. He said he gonna buy the tickets tonight, right? Tuesday come. She didn't mention shit. She never sent me no confirmation. So I'm just thinking like, this nigga's cap. But the whole time, she's still talking about it like, oh, I can't wait to the trip. Oh, let's go downtown and see if we see some shit. I want to get some outfits. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm just, the whole time, I'm just thinking like, we gonna go somewhere? Like, whatever. So Wednesday come. It's like Wednesday night. The whole day Wednesday went by. Mind you, she's still, every day we talking about this trip. And I'm just at this point, like talking about it, but we're hypothetically speaking. I don't think this shit finna happen because it's like, you're supposed to send me a confirmation Monday night of our flight, but it's Wednesday night at this point. So Wednesday night come, it was probably like around 10 p.m. And mind you, we were supposed to fly out that Friday. So Wednesday night come, it was like 10 p.m. and she sent me the confirmation, like confirmation flights is booked, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, okay, we really going. So at this point, like, let me get my shit together. Tomorrow, Thursday, we only got one day. We was leaving in the morning, Friday morning, so whatever. So we end up going, we end up leaving, whatever. When we got to Houston, y'all, they took so long to pick us up from the airport. I was so annoyed. But mind you, before we even got to Houston, I was telling her, because she asked me, she was like, he said, is it cool if we would want to stay at his house? So I'm like, no, the fuck? Like, I'm about to stay at his house for one. Okay, we already flying out here to this man that we don't know. Why would we stay at his house? Come on now. So I was like, no. I'm like, that's cool. That's not cool. Like, I'm not, no. And she was like, oh, because I was just saying if you wanted to. Bitch, why do you want to? You don't even know him. But anyway, so I'm just like, nah. I'm like, we could go half on a room if you want to. I'm like, and honestly, we could go half on a rental too. Like, so we could do our own thing. You know, we ain't got to be just waiting on them. So she like, no, we don't need to go half on a room. I'm gonna have him pay for the room. And she was all like, and we don't need no rental because you seen on IG, I showed you, he got multiple cars. He got cars. So if we want to drive any one of his cars, he said, I'm bad. He got me. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. He got you, girl. So I'm like, she said, no, we don't want to go half on a room. So boom. Anyway, so we get to Houston. They come pick us up or whatever. when he picked us up, it was him and like one friend in the car or whatever. And the friend was just kind of strange. She was like standoffish. She didn't speak. Like, I got in the car. We get in the car. We say hi. He like, oh, what's up? Like, you know, and the friend just in the car with a hoodie on, like looking mad. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe he got robbed or something. Who knows? So anyway, so we in the car and we like fresh out the flight. So he like, y'all want to go just stop and get something to eat? So we randomly just went to get something to eat. I forgot. We went to a drive-thru or whatever. So when we get to the drive-thru, we leaving out because he was like, we going out tonight. I got a table somewhere and we going out. It's going up. So we like, all right. So at this time, it's kind of like midday because we had a layover and all that. So it was probably around like 6 o'clock-ish when we got there. So he, well, when he picked us up, because he took forever to come. So yeah. So when we leaving the drive-thru, y'all, he's like, where's y'all room at? Because he like, we going out later. So he like, y'all could freshen up at y'all room or whatever like that. And then he's like, I could either wait for y'all or y'all could call me when y'all ready and I could come pick y'all back up. So I'm like, you could just come back when we're ready because you're not finna come in the room while we getting dressed and shit and get ready. Like, the fuck? So he was like, where y'all room at? Y'all, that was already at first. My mind instantly went like, didn't this nigga get the room? So I was all like, what you mean? And she was all like, it's cool, it's cool. We stand at the Marriott. We at the Marriott. Wherever the fuck. And so he ended up taking us there or whatever. So I'm already thinking, because when I'm like, what you mean to him? Because I'm thinking like, did he try to pull some weird shit so we could stay at his house? Like, you know, he didn't book no room. So, because she said he was booking room. So how he don't know where the room at if he booked the room? Anyway. So we get to the room or whatever, and we get up in there. She just like, bitch, like, oh my God, like, you see him. And I'm just like, I guess. And I'm like, hopefully he don't bring the buzzkill nigga with him because that nigga is weird, like, you know. And we gonna call, let's give the boy that she flew us out, let's give him a name. So his name is gonna be Cap. And y'all see why his name is gonna be Cap. So I'm just like, she like, you see Cap, like, you see him? I'm just like, I guess, Cap cool, I guess. So she like, yeah, he got money. Because mind you, when we was in the car and we went to the drive-thru to get our food, he bought our food, but this is what he did. He pulled out a wad of money. He's flipping through the money. I'm just looking like, that was like 15 right there. You could have paid for the food. But who knows? I guess he want to flip through all the money, then put the wad back in his pocket, then pull out a card and end up paying with the card. What was your point? And I don't like people like that. Let me just tell you, I do not like niggas like that. Because it's like, we in Houston, whatever, it doesn't even matter where the fuck we at. I don't like that shit because you never know who watching you. You never know who gonna want to set you up, who gonna try to rob you. And I'm not trying to be in a situation like that because you want everybody to know you got money. And how you know we ain't like that? Even though we wasn't on that type of timing, but how do you know, Cap? How do you know? So anyway, so she like, we getting ready or whatever. When we called Cap, he came fast. Like, he came back fast. And when he pulled up this time, he had another friend with him. And this friend is going to get a name because this friend is in the story. So we going to call him Jolly. And y'all see why. So his name, so Cap and Jolly. So he pulled up, so we like, hi, and we get in the car, and Jolly like, oh, what's up, hi, he just overly happy. That's why we calling him Jolly. He was just a real happy person, which was actually cool because he was funny, and y'all say I'm funny, whatever, so we really was cracking jokes back to back, but we'll get there later. But anyway, so we in the car, whatever, we pull up to the place. So no, we didn't pull up to the place yet. So he's like, y'all want a pregame? So we like, okay, whatever, we could pregame. So he like, all right, what y'all trying to drink? We all decided on getting, I think we had got some Hennessy or whatever. So he was like, get this, get the some size bottle or whatever. So we pulled up to get the liquor store and he like, get this bottle. So I'm thinking like, okay, he want us to go in. So we like, all right, so we start getting out the car. Right when I got to the door to go in the liquor store, my friend went back to the car. She like, hold on real quick. She went back to the car and then came inside the store. So I just still went and walked in the store. So she came inside the store. She like, bitch, he gave me money for the bottle. Oh my God. Because I already was thinking that he wanted us to buy the bottle because he didn't never give no cash and he asked us to go in. So, which didn't even matter to me because at this point, I'm like, he bought our ticket. He got our room. Like, I don't mind. I don't never go nowhere broke. I don't care what the, what was told to me. If somebody say, oh, this person's gonna pay for everything, my mama told me better than that. You don't go nowhere with the broke, please. So anyway, so I was already thinking like, you know, I don't mind. We don't like get him the bottle or whatever. So we go up in there and she like, yeah, girl, oh my God. And I don't even think it's gonna be this much that he gave me. I'm gonna keep the change, da 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 da. She's just happy. And I'm just like, okay, girl, okay. You know, your little boo showing out, cap showing out, whatever. So we go up in there and when it's time to pay, she pulled out her card to pay. So I'm just like, the fuck? Didn't you say Cap gave you some money to get the bottle? So I'm thinking in my head, maybe she want to keep the money, the cash in her pocket or whatever. I don't know. So I'm just like, whatever. So we go to, but mind you, I'm paying attention to all these things. So we go back in the car. We end up pulling up to the spot and we pre-gaming because it was other people that was going to meet us at this place that he had a table at. So we pre-gaming with other people that was there in the parking lot. They drunk damn near the whole damn bottle. I probably only got like 2 shots in. I wasn't trying to get really drunk because I, again, don't know these people. So whatever. So it was time to go in. He has a table, right? You know, when you have a table, you usually get in for free. So we walking in or whatever, and he paid for himself and walk in. We pay for us to walk in, which is not a problem. I don't mind. I pay for myself to go in places all the time. However, you say you got a table. I thought you get so many people in for free. So he ended up saying like, yeah, my boy and them already at the table, so they already got the capacity for the free and this or that. So I'm just thinking like, I guess, whatever. So we end up going inside of there. When we go in there, y'all, the table, it was like people at a table or whatever. With us, it probably was like at this time like 6 people. And the people that was at the table was a lot of people. And it was a nigga's birthday, y'all. This was his table. This was never Cap's table. This was the person whose birthday it was table. So we at his table and he like, oh yeah, like, oh, what's up, bro? Happy birthday. And you just know it's this nigga's table. Like, Cap, why are you lying? Like, why are you being Cap? Like, this ain't your table. You could have said we going out for my man's birthday. Like, and we would, whatever. So we up in there, whatever. We all just, you know, turned up, singing the songs, turned up or whatever. At this time, Cap came over to us and he was just like, y'all want something to drink? Like, y'all want something to drink? Mind you, it was a bottle at the table, but it was almost about to be gone. So whatever he poured us, it really would have been like a shot for the both of us. So he like, y'all want something to drink? So we like, all right, fine. He went over there to grab the bottle. The birthday boy said, what you doing? What you doing? He was all like, I'm gonna, you know, drink up. And he was like, nah, bro, it's only a little left. That's for me. Like, that's my bottle. And he was just like, oh, okay, bro, it's cool. So I'm noticing they're talking or whatever, and I'm like paying attention because she talking to me, but the whole time I'm looking at them, like looking at the whole little situation going down. So I was just like, hey, let's go get our own drink from the bar or whatever. Because y'all not about to think we just some freeloading ass bitches that ain't got no money to fuck. So I'm just like, let's go get us something to drink from the bar. So she like, oh, what happened? I'm like, I think it's a situation with that bottle, and it's cool. It's only a damn sip anyway. So we go, and I guess he texted her, like, where did you go? So she like, we went to go get something to drink from the bar. So I guess he asked her to get him and Jolly a drink as well. So we get to the bar and she was just like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pay for the drink or whatever. I'll get your drinks. You know, since basically you got me a free trip to Houston, like I'll pay for your drink and my drink or whatever. And she was all like, can you get these, like a shot of this and a shot of that? Like a shot of something, like a Henny and Coke. And I was like, extra. And I'm like, you finna be drink? She was like, no, it's for Cap and Jolly. So at this point, I didn't have no issue with it. Because again, I'm thinking Cap done paid for me to come out here in a room. He don't even know me. I don't have no problem. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I end up buying all of us a drink. We go back and she was just like, yeah, hey, He gonna give me the money, girl. I got you. And I'm like, nah, you cool. Like, it's all good. I'm not even tripping. Like, you know, it's good. So we drinking, we having fun, we turned up, da-da-da-da-da. So after we leaving, everybody like, we going to Waffle House, y'all. So we go to Waffle House. Waffle House is so fucking nasty. I done went to Waffle House in 3 different states and it's still nasty. I don't know why y'all brag about Waffle House. Like, it ain't got no fried chicken. Like, how y'all don't got no fried chicken? How I'ma eat a waffle? I went to Waffle House. Y'all know what I asked her. I said, I don't see fried chicken on this menu. Like, do you have chicken and waffles? She said, we don't have a deep fryer, but we could give you a grilled chicken. What the fuck I'm gonna do with a grilled chicken and a damn waffle? Like, huh? Anyway, so we go to Waffle House or whatever. I got my little nasty food. And when it was time to pay, he came, like, they like, okay, whatever, it's time to pay. He pulled out this water money again. Mind you, in the club, he pulled out the water money too. For whatever reason why, because what was he paying for? Like, he took pictures with it and stuff, you know, but I don't know. Anyway, so he pulled out this water money when it's time to pay. Cap pulled it out, right? So Jolly, he just laughing, joking. Jolly was just real cool, you know, he laughing. He like, hey, bro, okay, niggas got money. Niggas got money. He's like, bands on bands. And here goes Cap with the money. Yeah, he showing, like, flashing the camera in his face. And he like, bands on bands. And Cap like, bands on bands. I was going to say he said period, but I know damn well that man did not say period. But he probably said something similar to that. Some Texas slang or something. I don't remember what he said. Anyway, so he was just like, so Jolly doing that. And he like, yeah, bro. Like, you know, and I'm just like, okay, he paid so we could leave out of this place. So everybody else, because it was a lot of people, but everybody kind of like separated with tables and shit, because y'all know Waffle House ain't got no big ass like 12 table seating type thing. So anyway, so at our table, of course, it was just me, Cap, my homegirl, me, Cap, Toxic, and Jolly. So he pulled out the wad to pay. He skipped through the money again. Go through the money. Put the wad back. Then pulls out a card and pay. Bro, why the fuck do you keep doing this shit? So he pays with the card. The lady come back. She was like, it declined. So he like, oh, this Jolly. Oh, bro. He laughing like, damn. But mind you, Jolly ain't even trying to pull out no type of money either. So he like, damn, bro. It declined. He like, don't play with me. He like, this one must be burnt out. This one must be burnt out. He pulled out. He was like, here, sweetheart, try this one. So I'm like, oh, I did remember she said the boy was like a scammer or something. I'm like, oh, okay, these are sliders. Like, I guess. But why don't you just pay with the cash? So she came back. She's like, sorry, this one didn't work either. He like, another one? This is Jolly. Another one, bro? He like, man, don't play with me. You know I got him coming. So he tried another one. He tried this one. The lady was just like, do you have cash? And he was all like, can you try this one? Like, he got an attitude with her. So she was just like, I'm just asking, sir. Like, he was like, just try it. But mind you, I guess. Anyway, so she went to go try it. It worked. So he like, that's what I meant. And you was trying to tell me. And I'm just thinking like, nigga. And he really talking to the lady. He was like, you trying to tell me? She was like, I was just saying, sir, I'm sorry. You know, whatever. So I start reaching in my bag. I'm like, he like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm about to give her a tip. And Jolly was like, you tipping? You tipping? I'm like, yeah, like, the fuck? Why would I not? So I'm like about to give her a tip or whatever. I noticed how Cap was staring at me getting my money out, but I'm getting it out under the table in my purse, like, because I'm looking at him. I'm just noticing him looking at me, and I'm just like, the fuck he looking at? Like, what's up with him? So I pull out the money, and I held it in my hand until we all left, because at first, when I was about to sit it on the table, he was like, here, let me see. I'm going to just sit it right here. And I was just like, nah, it's cool. So I held it in my hand till we left, and I handed it to her, because I'm just like, nigga, was you going to try to steal my $5? Like, the fuck? The fuck? So anyway, it's time for us to leave the Waffle House. So we in the parking lot, and they just like hugged up. Toxic and Cap, they hugged up. Jolly just doing some shit. He just talking, you know, talking that shit to me or whatever. Not that shit, like he wasn't trying to get at me. He was just talking, I guess. Just, you know, whatever. Anyway, so Toxic and Cap is just boot up or whatever in the parking lot. He was like, I want to spend the night with my baby. I want to spend the night with you. And she was like, okay, babe. So I'm standing there like, what the fuck this nigga gonna sleep at? So he was just like, sis, I want to spend the night with my babe. And I was like, okay, like, you know, what the fuck? So he was just like, how about this? How about babe come with me and you go with my nigga Jolly? I said, how about no? And he was all like, okay. He was like, how about you and Jolly go to the Marriott and babe come with me? I said, how about I go to the Marriott? Jolly goes where he's going. And I'm like, Toxic, what do you want to do? Like, you know, I'm your grown woman. What do you want to do? The fuck? I ain't gotta go with this nigga. If she want to go with you, so be it. So she was like, I want to spend a night with him. I'm like, and he was all like, she was like, but I don't want to leave you by yourself. I said, it's fine. Like, you know, he was all like, oh, you want me to come back to the room too? I said, you ain't coming to our room. The fuck? Even though in my head, I'm thinking like, he probably like, I paid for that room in his head. You know, that's what I'm thinking that he's thinking. But of course he cannot be thinking that, and y'all realize why. But anyway, so I'm just like, she was like, well, I'll just go back. If it's okay with you, Simone, like, I'll go back to his house. We'll drop you off at the room. And she was like, and in the morning, when it's time for us to go somewhere, because we were supposed to go to the mall tomorrow, because she said he was going to take her shopping. So she was like, when it's time to link up tomorrow, like, you know, we'll just pick you up, you get ready, and I'll just get ready. I could go upstairs, give me some stuff in the room. And I was like, you know, that's perfect. You know, perfect. If you're sure, like, you know, she wasn't drunk or anything like that. So I'm like, you sure? I'm like, make sure you send me a location, you know, let me know when you make it to his house, when you going to sleep. everything. Let me know if you decide to drink some water, whatever you decide to drink or eat in this man's house, let me know. So if anything happened, y'all could be like, she at 1:45 a.m. she decided to drink some lemonade. You know, like, I need to know everything. I'm like, y'all decide to do it, like, let me know who in the house, how many head counts, let me know everything. She like, okay, dang, you doing the most. No, I'm not doing the most, because if anything happened to you, I want to be able to repeat, well, she said this many people was in the house, this, like, you know, I need to know, because I'm not going with you, honey. I'm sorry. Like, I know y'all probably thinking like, dang, you just let your friend go by herself. She's a grown woman, for one. For two, I'm not about to go to this man's house. I don't know. She had it in her head that she was already gonna go, and if I didn't even fly out here with her, she would have went to this man's house. So why does it? I didn't need to go there. So I went to the room, whatever, and I low-key couldn't sleep because my head I'm just thinking about so much crazy shit going on. Like, oh my God. So I'm texting her like, you good? You good? Make sure you tell me when you about to close your eyes and go to sleep, and where are you sleeping at, and send me a picture of the inside of her, like, everything. I'm already looking at her location. Like, she like, I'm good. So I end up going to sleep. Y'all, so the next day comes, she just like, we about to go get some breakfast, but we gonna pick you up first. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we get, she like, after that we gonna go to the mall, and then we was gonna go somewhere else or something like that. But it's Saturday at this time. So I'm like, all right. So I get dressed, whatever. I get dressed, I get cute. They got Jolly in the car, and he just like, damn, ma, okay. And he didn't say ma, he said some shit, I don't know. He just was like, damn, okay, look at you, all right, you trying to get you a nigga out here. And I'm just like, no, I'm just trying to have fun, you know, it's hot outside. The fuck, you want me to be in a tracksuit? So he's just like, okay. But mind you, we was really just going back and forth laughing. Like, he really was a good time, you know. So we in the car, mind you, we're going back and forth laughing, me and Jolly and shit. Here go Cat. Why you didn't want to spend night with my bro last night? Why you do him like that? Mind you, Jolly never came off as he was trying to get him at me, ever. Like, we really was on, like, the way me and Jolly was laughing and talking and shit, you would think that we known each other for years, and we was like bro and sis, like, we was like, that was my dog or something. So why you keep trying to put me off on your mans, nigga? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So he just kept on, he like, why you didn't? I'm like, because I don't know that man. And then Jolly like, she don't know me, bro. I don't know that girl. Like, you know, like, I'm good. She didn't have to spend night with me. I don't know her. Like, but he laughing, joking. I'm just like, right. He like, why he trying to put us on each other? I'm like, exactly. We having fun. Like, it's cool. So she just like, then my friend, Toxic, she gonna turn around, she gonna say, but I could really see y'all together. That'd be cute. Maybe tonight, everybody could spend the night with each other. I said, bitch, don't play with me. At this point, I got irritated because it's like, bitch, why are you doing that? Like, you know damn well, mind you, I ain't never told you, oh, I like Jolly. He cool. He's cool. He wasn't ugly or nothing like that. But why are you trying to put me on this nigga? Just because you out here fucking Cap don't mean I need to be out here fucking Jolly. What's wrong with you? Don't do that. So I was just like, bitch, don't play with me. Like, you know, and I kind of laughed off. I didn't want to be all serious, but I was serious. And she was just like, I'm just saying, like, Cap cool. If I'm getting dick, you need to get some dick. I said, bitch, stop playing, for real. Like, at this point now, you really getting on my nerves, because what the fuck? Anyway, so we go eat. When we get to the restaurant, we go eat or whatever. The food come out, whatever. It's time to pay. Guess who didn't pull out their water money today? Oh, Cap. He didn't pull out his money, but he like whispered to Toxic and was just like, something, obviously, can you pay? So she pulled her card out and she paid. So I'm just like, you know, I guess, you know, whatever. Like, if she wanted to pay, she wanted to pay. You know, this man done paid for us to come out here. I know I keep saying this, but yeah. So I'm just like, whatever, I guess. But why he tell her? But hey, not my business. So she paid. So since I seen she was paying, I told her, I'm like, I'm gonna give you the money for my food. You know, you ain't gotta pay for me. So I gave her the money for my food or whatever. And when I set the money on the table, Cap took the money and put it in his pocket, y'all. And and she didn't say shit. And I'm just thinking like, the fuck? So and I was like, that was for my food since you paid. You know, I made it clear because I'm just thinking like, no, this nigga did not just take this money. Like, what? So he took the money or whatever, put it in his pocket. He didn't add it to his wad, you know, he just put it in his pocket. So I'm just like, okay. So we ended up going to the mall. We went to the Galleria, that big ass mall, you know, if you're from Houston, that big ass one. Anyway, so we ended up going to that one. And y'all, so it's all these stores, because she talking about some, yeah, I'm about to get me a Gucci bag, I'm about to get this, I'm about to get this. They got these stores up in here, and he about to take me shopping. So we walking around the mall. Jolly trying to holler at bitches and shit and trying to help me be his wingman or something. He just like, tell him I'm a cool nigga. Tell him. I'm just like, I guess he a cool nigga. I've known you for like going on almost 24 hours now. He seemed pretty cool to me, like, you know. So anyway, so we laugh and joke and they all hugged up, whatever. So we go inside the Gucci store, whatever. And she just like came over there to me. She was like, bitch, he about to throw bands on me. Da 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 da. I'm like, okay, bitch, what you finna get? So we walking around, we looking at shit. You know, they ask us, you need help? She like, we're just looking for right now. So she looking and she like, oh, I think I should get this and these sandals and this, because he told me do it big, do whatever you want, whatever, boom, boom, boom. So she told the lady like, I want to get this in the size, da da da, this and that. So Cap walking around the store, he like, oh, okay, this belt, I'm gonna need this belt. So he getting it. So she just like, oh, so he came over to me, he like, sis, you getting something? And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Cause I'm, even though, you know, when somebody asks if you getting something, you may think, hey, and this guy flew us out and got us his room. You may think like maybe he's gonna buy it, but I just was, something in my head just told me to say no. So I was just like, nah, I'm good, whatever. So Jolly looking at shit, like we just walking around now. They all hugged up and shit like that. So I'm sitting on the little chair or whatever. You know, they give you drinks, champagne or wine or whatever the fuck, or water when you spending money. So me and Jolly just sitting down on the little chairs or whatever. And they at the register. She got her a bag. She got her some shoes. He like, get this belt because he's getting a belt. So they both got a matching belt. And he got him some slides, right? So they at the register, y'all. I don't know what happened, but I see him behind her hugging him. He's in the position. Y'all know that my girl's paying for this position. So I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm looking like, the fuck? So the next thing you know, stuff start getting taken off, honey. That bag, them sandals. Only thing that got purchased was him some slides, her a belt, and him a belt. So I noticed it, and I noticed her reach and pay for the shit, but she was trying to like on the low hand it to him to pay for with her card. But I'm peeping everything, so I'm just like, the fuck? Like, so what, he was gonna ask me to get something on her tab? Like, so I'm thinking this nigga better have put some money in her account last night, because I don't know why this bitch pulling her card out to buy him anything. Not saying that she didn't have to buy him anything, because, you know, he bought her something, a plane ticket, you know, whatever. So I'm just thinking like, I thought he was taking her shopping, but I guess, you know, I don't judge. So yeah, so they got that, and then she was just like, like, you know, so we leaving out, and I was just like, what happened? Why you put your shoes in your purse bag? And she was like, I didn't even want that. Like, I really thought about it. I really didn't even want that color. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And she was like, yeah, and the shoes, I couldn't even really fit them. I just was gonna get them because I wanted, and that was the last size. Mind you, I was with you when the lady got your exact size, and you my friend, I know what size you wear. So okay. So anyway, so I'm just like, I guess. So we still walking around, and he was like, hey, I wanted to go in some store, and she was just like, my feet hurt or something. She was saying, like, she started complaining about something. He was like, oh, so you don't want to walk around, because that mall is really big. So he was like, you don't want to walk around? She was just like, I mean, we could go in one more store, but you know, my feet hurt or whatever. So he was just like, okay, whatever. So we end up going in the store, and he like, you see something you want, baby? You see something you want? She like, no, I don't want nothing. And I'm just thinking like, he asked her, does she want something when she the one who paid for the shit in the last store? Can't she make her own mind up if she's spending her own money? The fuck? So anyway, and he like, he didn't see nothing she wanted or whatever. So he asking her like, this look cute. It was something, I think like some shoes or something. He was asking her like if they look cute, and she was just like, I don't like them. Everything he picking up is no, I don't like them. But in the Gucci store, everything that nigga picked up was cute, I guess, until she realized she had to pay for the shit. Anyway, so we ended up leaving, and it was something else we were supposed to do that day. I forgot. I know we was going out later, but he said he had to run like some errands and shit, and he wanted to go like run some errands with him. So I'm just like, we ain't have shit else to do, so whatever. So we running around with him or whatever like that, and we just put him to a lot of different people's houses, and you know, it was just whatever. Come later that night, because we just gonna go into the good parts. So come later that night, we supposed to go to another place or whatever. So we go out. It was like a hookah lounge or some shit like that, but it was cool or whatever. So we go to the hookah lounge, and he was like, hey, y'all want to get a table? Y'all want to get a table tonight? So I was like, we really don't even need a table. Like, I'm like, because honestly, we could just go in, you know, get some drinks, whatever. I'm like, how's the seat in there? Like, is it like we should get a table or whatever? He was like, I mean, we could go in, but if we want to look like bosses, you know, y'all want to be with a boss, you know, you get a table. So I was like, I really don't even care about that as long as we have a good time. You know, I'm not really tripping. And she like, yeah, I'm not tripping. We could just go in. And he like, you don't want to, babe? Like, you don't want to get no table? And she was like, nah. And he was like, oh, because I was going to say we could all go in on it. And he was like, Jolly, what you think? We should all go in on the table, huh? Man, fuck it. Let's get the table. Nigga, how you going to tell us to go in on the table? We don't even want a table. But I'm not trying to go in on the table. So she was just like, like, no. So he was just like, all right, we're going to just go in and we'll see. Like, we might get the table. Nigga, how are you telling us what we going to spend money on? If I'm not even caring about a table, like, it's not that deep. So we go in there, whatever. We just chilling. We vibing, whatever. He wanted to get some hookah, which we didn't need a fucking section because since we're getting hookah, we had somewhere to sit and we was there kind of early. So we didn't need no damn section. It was no need for us to get a section anyway. I don't know why he was trying to show off or whatever like that. So we get hookah, y'all. Mind you, this nigga who comes out, guess who makes a guest appearance at the hookah lounge? The Water Money. This nigga, record me. She just like, he is just, man, this about to be my nigga. I'm finna really get a lot of money out of him. And I'm just sitting there like, with my drink. Because it's like, bitch, please. But anyway, so he just, and mind you, we were supposed to leave Sunday, so this Saturday night. So we was gonna leave Sunday like midday or whatever like that. So we up in there. He want to get hookah. He want to get drinks. He want to get the most. He like, hey, we should send a bottle over there. We should send a bottle to them niggas just to show them niggas like we the bosses up in here. Because them niggas think they bosses up in here. We bosses up in here. And I was just like, he like, babe, we should send a bottle over there. And she just like, no. You know, and I'm just like peeping it. And he was like, babe, go get me something to drink. Like, so we end up getting up to go get something to drink. And she was just like, do you think you could pay for it? Like, she asking me, because she had to pay for the hookah or whatever. She was like, do you think you could pay for the drinks? So I'm just like, I don't mind. Again, I don't mind because this guy got us this flight in this room. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Sunday's almost here. So anyway, I'm like, I don't mind whatever. So I pay for the drink. We get the drink or whatever. Boom, like that. So afterwards, y'all want to go to Waffle House? I don't want to go back to Waffle House. The shit is fucking gross. I'm like, if we go, I'll probably just eat some grits. That's about it. But in a toast, not two, but just one. So we didn't even end up going to Waffle House. We ended up just going to a drive-thru and get some food. And he was just like, what he say? Mind you, this nigga kept pulling that water out, and I'm telling you, she paid for the hookah. I paid for the second round of drinks because she paid for the first, but I paid for my own drink. And yeah, so he but mind you, every time when she about to pay for something, she would be like checking her. I noticed she was checking her balance on her card because she putting it out, and she just like. So I'm thinking like, what the fuck going on? Like, what's up with that water money that nigga got? So anyway, so afterwards he was just like something. He was like, oh my god, like after we left the drive-thru to get food, he like, my baby mama tripping, she just dropped my son off to my grandma's house. And he was all like, do y'all mind if I go pick him up and we take him to my mama's house, because my sister gonna watch him, like my grandma can't be watching my son, like what the fuck. So he mad, he hot, he like, man, what the fuck, da 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 da. So I'm like, I guess whatever. Why is your baby mama just dropping your son off at 2 in the morning? But neither here nor there. So anyway, so we pull up to the grandma's house. He get out the car. Jolly get out the car. And Jolly was just like, I'm probably going to call it a night at the grandma's house. So I'm just thinking like, this nigga Jolly going to just stay. Jolly could stay at your grandma's house, but your son can't. Mind you, they said they wasn't related. So he was just like, nah, bro, come with me. You got to come with me. And I'll take you home. And plus, like, why you staying there? Like, you know, whatever. So he's like, whatever. So he ended up going in the house anyway. Oh boy went in the house. When he went in the house, he started taking shit out of his pockets for some reason and putting it in the middle thing of his car. So we in the car, he get out, and I was just like, bitch, like, what's up with him? Like, you like Cap? And she's just like, yeah, I like him. He cool. He got money. Like, he a trick. He's the trick? Oh, okay. So I'm just like, oh. So I was all like, girl, I said, he love that damn water money. Like, he ain't letting go of that shit for nothing. She's like, stop playing. Like, that's because why would he spend his cash when he got cards? Like, why would he do that? I was like, right. And mind you, he put the money in the thing. So I said, let's see how much money he got. And she was just like, what? No, because if some come missing, I said, I'm not about to steal from him, bitch. Like, you know me, don't play with me. I'm not about to steal this nigga money. I just was like, let's see. And she was like, no, like, no. I'm like, girl, let's just fucking see. I'm like, he let his fucking wad. I just want to see. Like, you know, so we put up the little middle thing. And I'm like, do you even know his real name? Because mind you, he never even told her her real name. So I'm like, you should want to look like in a glove box or something. See if you even know this nigga. Like, the fuck? So I'm just being nosy at this point. I pull up the thing, right? So I pick up the money and I'm looking through it, y'all. The shit said prop money. The shit said prop money. And mind you, this nigga has so many cars, but every time we go out, we in the same car. But neither here nor there. And she said prop money. I said, bitch. I'm like, toxic, this shit is fake. She was like, no, it's not. I said, bitch, it's fake. She was like, no, the fuck it's not. Stop playing. I said, bitch, this shit say prop money. I said, pull out some money right now so I can pull out money on my purse right now. The shit ain't gonna say prop money on it. Like, the fuck? I said, this is fake money. And she was like, no, it's not. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Somebody must have swapped his shit out. Bitch, come on now. Stop being stupid. So I'm like, who the fuck swapped his shit out? I'm like, stop playing. She was like, just don't touch it, because if something come up and he look at this shit and this ain't prop and now it look like... So I'm like, are you trying to say that I did some shit, bitch? Because why would I just be carrying around a whole bunch of fucking prop money on me? For one, I barely even carry cash. I keep like always keep my card, but I carry like a little bit of cash. I don't have that much in prop money, so I could just swap it out with his money. So I'm like, what are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to say? She's like, nothing. I'm just saying I don't want him to look at his money and see and say, like, we did something. Mind you, some of the money was real. Some of it was prop. Probably, like, how much money he had on him total with the fake and the real money, it was probably, like, 10,000. But only, like, 1,000 of that was real. Yeah, so I was just like, bitch, what the fuck? So I'm like, so you think I just carry around like $9,000 prop money? At this point, we gotta get into it, because it's like, bitch, what are you saying? You see this nigga has fake money. Why are you trying to make it seem like he gonna look at the shit and be like, what do you know? My money is not real. The nigga know this shit ain't real. So I'm just like, the fuck, like, what are you trying to say? And she was like, I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just saying, like, you the last person to touch it and all of a sudden it's fake now. I said, bitch, the shit been fake. I'm like, he never paid with this shit. His cards is declining. I said, and you're paying for shit. Like, the fuck? Because at this point, I'm mad. And mind you, I'm kind of tipsy too, but I'm like, and you're paying for shit. And she's like, I'm not paying for nothing. He paid for shit. And I was like, bitch, I seen you at the Gucci store paying for y'all shit. Like, and she was like, well, if you want to speak on shit like that, if that's the case, then you could pay me your half for the plane ticket in the room. I said, no. I said, that nigga invited, pay for that shit. I'm not paying for that. I'm like, I told you if you want to go half on the room. You said no. I said, so why would I? If he don't have a problem, if he asked me for them half of my money for my ticket in the room, then I'll give it to him. I said, but I'm not about to give you shit. The fuck? Just because you, and I'm like, just because you're mad because you had to pay at the Gucci store. I said, what? He promised you he gonna pay next time? And she was just like, you see, you're doing the most. There's nothing wrong. She was like, you don't know how to get a nigga with money. You don't know what to do. You got to show them you got your own money first. For one, he brung you out here. So this is when she's talking about. So I'm like, for one, I'm like, how you gotta prove you got your own money first? I'm like, when he met you, he clearly see you was doing okay for yourself. I'm like, he flew you out here and promised you all this shit, said you ain't have to worry about nothing the whole weekend. I'm like, so what is there to prove? Like, you know, so she just like, I'm just saying, like, you don't know how shit works. I'm like, I know how shit works. I'm like, but that's not how shit works. He had you come to the Gucci store and buy him a new belt and some fucking slippers. You couldn't even get your own fucking slippers, like, cause you, the fuck? So I'm like, what are you trying to say? So she was like, I'm just saying he got money. He don't need to lie. Like, he got this, he got that. And I'm like, oh, I can't tell. She's like, he don't need to lie. I'm just saying, stop touching his money because shit's all of a sudden coming up fake. All of a sudden, I said, bitch, when at this point, we really getting into it. So he started coming back to the car. I'm like, just stop fucking talking to me because I'm not trying to get into it with you in front of these niggas. Like, so they end up coming back to the car or whatever with the baby. And he like, here, could one of y'all hold the baby? The baby was probably like 3. And I'm just like, give me the baby. Give me the baby. So I'm like, you ain't got no car seat for him? And he was like, no, we ain't got no car seat. Like, the mama took the car seat because she don't want him to leave the grandma house or some shit like that. I'm just like, here, holding the little boy because he crying. And I'm just like in the backseat rocking the baby. So he like, all right, we finna go to my mom's house. And he was like, Simone, you spending a night with us? I said, no, I'm spending a night at the room that you got. And I laughed. And he was like, the room that I got? He said, when I get a room. So I'm just like, I'm spending the night at the Marriott. And he was just like, okay, all right, well, Toxic, you spending the night with me? Because I'm going to need some help with my son. And she was just like, yeah, I'm going to spend the night with you because it's too much tension going on anyway. I'm not trying to be in the room. Bitch, I stopped arguing with you because they was coming back to the car. Why would you say some shit like that? Now you want them to know it's some tension between us. Bitch, it's tension because you got me fucked up trying to say I'll walk around with $9,000 worth of prop money and switch it out with this nigga. Like, you had me fucked up. So I'm just like, I just started laughing. And I was just like, yeah, y'all could take me to the Marriott. Mind you, I have my confirmation for my ticket. So at this point, I'm just thinking like, don't even come pick me up the next day. I'll figure out my way to get to the airport by myself. Like, I'm cool. Like, you're a weirdo. Like, the fuck? So he's like, okay, well, Jolly, you spending the night with Simone at the Marriott. I said, why you keep putting this nigga on me? At this point, now I'm getting into it with him too, kind of. Well, not getting into it with him, but I'm turning up on him. I'm like, why you keep putting this nigga on me? I'm like, he's spending the night wherever the hell he's live at or where he's spending the night. I said, he ain't spending the night in no room with me. And he was just like, damn, why you getting at me like that? Like, and I'm just like, I'm just saying. And Jolly was like, oh, you don't, like, he's like, yeah, bro, just stop. Like, just stop. Like, it's not like that. I'm like, right, like, the fuck? So I'm irritating the backseat, rocking this damn baby, like, boy, like, your mama is wrong for this, like, you know, anyway. So I'm just irritating the backseat, like, y'all, he's like, well, we're gonna drop my son off first, because I don't want my son out here, he ain't got no Carson. I'm like, that's smart. So we dropped the son off, and then he, like, Jolly, like, I might as well get out the car, too, because I'm gonna stay here at your house, like, so I'll just be in the house with him. And he like, all right, well, we finna go drop Simone off. And this bitch, Toxic, gonna say, I don't know, should I stay here too? Like, didn't you want me to watch your son? I could stay here too. He like, no, you coming with me to drop Simone off. And I said, bitch, why would you get out the car? Why would he take me to go drop me off by himself? And she's like, I'm just saying, it's just a lot. You're just doing the most. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, just take me to the Marriott, please. Because, bitch, I don't know this nigga. Why are you going to tell him, like, no? So I'm like, this bitch a weirdo. So anyway, so I'm sitting in the back like, whatever. So we get to the room. She like, I'm about to go up and get some stuff. So when she went up and got some stuff, she was just like, why you do all of that in front of them? I said, do all of what in front of them? I said, I stopped arguing with you in front of them because I didn't want them to know, like, we're arguing. Like, it's no point of us doing all of that in front of these niggas. Like, it's no point. And she was just like, well, I just felt like you just still making little cracks in the car because you know. She was like, okay, fine. You know he didn't pay for the room. She was like, and if that's the case, then she was like, I need my money back. Like, I need half, because she's like, I paid for your flight and I paid for this room in full, so I need my money. Like, she's like, because I'm not about to be out here going broke when giving you a free trip. I said, bitch, what? I said, first of all, I asked you if you want to go half on the room. It's not my fault that you was so thirsty to come out here to this nigga who fucking played you clearly and had you having him a good weekend. I'm like, it's not my fucking fault that you wanted to fly me out. I said, if you ever wanted to fly to fucking Texas, if that's what you wanted to do, you could have just said, hey, I want to fly to Texas. I want to see this boy. And we could have flew out here. I would have bought my own ticket. I would have came with you so you wouldn't have to come by yourself. I didn't need you to do none of that shit for me. You came at me like that. Even when you knew, I don't know if he ever said he was buying the tickets, or maybe he said that and said he was going to get the money back. But when you knew that, you could have just been like, hey, change of plans. We got to get our own. Like, you could have just let me know. Like, and then you bought the tickets last minute. You bought them on a Wednesday and we flew out Friday. So I could just imagine how much she paid. So I was all like, why you, so I was just like, okay. I was like, all right, that's cool. So when she started walking downstairs to, go back to the car, I started coming with her. She like, why are you coming with me? I said, because I'm about to ask Cap something. And she was like, what are you finna ask him? I'm like, don't trip. You'll see when we get to the car. Because at this point, I'm just, mind you, me and Toxic was cool, but sometimes she did some weird shit. So I'm like, let me be sure this nigga didn't pay for this shit. So we got to the car. I said, Toxic. I said, Cap, my bad. I said, Cap. I said, did you pay for this room? He was like, no. I said, did you pay for my plane ticket? And he was like, did I pay for your plane ticket? And he was like, she was like, I already told you. And I was just like, okay, that's all I need to know. And I said, I'll have your money to you tomorrow. And I walked back in the room and she was just texting me. She was just like, you're doing too much. I just stopped replying to her because I was just like, she weird. So in the morning, she ended up hitting me up like, hey, we're going to go get some food. You want some? I said, no, it's cool. I said, as a matter of fact, I'll see you at the airport. Like, I'll freight her on my way there. I'm cool. I don't want to like hang out because we was leaving around like 4. And she was just like, I'm sorry. I was drunk last night. I really don't remember nothing. What happened? Like, he said that we was getting into it. I don't remember anything. I was so drunk. Bitch, you want to play the so drunk game? She really, until the day we stopped talking, really swore up and down. She was so drunk that I don't remember shit. And I was just like, it's cool, I'll have your money for you. She's like, what money? Like, what are you talking about? I said, because you paid for my flight in the room and you was pressing about it. So I'll give you your money. Like, since you making it seem like it's an issue, like, well, not making it seem like it's an issue because I would have already paid for my own shit. So she was just like, what money? Like, no, you don't owe me nothing. What are you talking about? You don't owe me anything. Like, don't do that. My God, best friend, please don't do that. Like, I'm just like, nah, it's cool. I have your money. And she's just like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's not even like that. You know what? I'm gonna have him drop me back off the room. We could just chill for the day. Just us. Just do us. We could do some tour shit. And then before we go to the airport. And I was just like, not replying, because I'm just like, what the fuck. She ended up getting dropped back off at the room, and it was just like, she really was just trying to commit, like, I'm sorry, I swear I was drunk, and y'all, I'm just over the whole situation. So I'm just like, whatever. She have been on, like, sometimes she would get drunk and turn up or do the most. So I'm just like, I guess, whatever. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm still gonna give you your money back. And she was just like, no, you don't owe me no money for nothing. Like, you don't owe me money for nothing. And she was like, and then she gonna say, he actually gave me some money today. Like, you don't owe me nothing. Like, he gave me a lot of money today to cover, like, for the Gucci store and, like, the hookah lounge. Like, you don't owe me nothing. So I was just like, no, I'm gonna give you your money back. I'm gonna give you money. I'm like, because that wasn't the deal. Like, if I knew you was the one paying for my plane ticket, I would have bought it myself. Like, you my friend, I know your situations and all that other shit. Like, I'm not about to just have you buying last minute tickets for me round trip. The shit probably was like $400 each. Like, come on now. And then you say you out here going broke. I'm gonna give you your money back. I'll give you half for the room. Like, you know. So anyway, we ended up going home. After that, I was just like chill, like on her, like chill. And she would just like come over and shit and try to be cool. Because at first I was just like, I'm cool on her. Like, she's weird. But y'all end up giving in like I always do. I know y'all probably like, bitch, you so dumb. You always giving in to people. But yeah, I end up giving in, whatever. Because I'm like, this is my friend. We've been friends for so long. Da, 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 da. But yeah, she had me fucked up. And yeah, we got flued out by some motherfucking broke boys, y'all. A waste of motherfucking time. Because, I mean, we had fun or whatever. But the shit was just like, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that was the story. If you made it this far and you're not already doing so, you already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, and comment down below, because y'all comments make my day. And thank you guys for tuning in.